2005 to 2012 years. I'll be using a 2007 Mustang GT CS. Now the parts today come from StallionSuspension.com, or you can find them at ShopFreedomRacing.com. Overall, great company. Everything is made in the USA and it's solidly built. Here's the upper control arm itself right here. They offer two versions, the lowered version or the regular version. Now lowered version meaning if you've ever lowered your Mustang, it will change the angle of the drive shaft. So to solve that problem and to re-angle it, they offer a lowered version. Now it comes with two different types of bushings, both being poly, but the red, as you see right here, are the poly extreme bushings, which I highly recommend going with. You can also get the regular ones as well. Now everything you will be seeing today will be in a small garage, just to show you that anybody with regular tools and no impact tools and a torque wrench can install this themselves. So let's go ahead and begin. So first thing you want to do is grab your jack and your jack stand and a piece of plywood is jack up under the pumpkin of the axle. And the reason why you use the wood is so you don't damage when jacking up under the center of the axle. So you're going to jack it up, and then you're going to place the axle on your jack stands to load the suspension. So let's go ahead and begin. Now after you jack up the vehicle, as you can see here, the axle is supported on top of the jacks. And what this does is load the suspension as if it were sitting on the ground. So next step is you will remove your tire. Now to remove your tires, if you don't already know, you can use a 3/4 inch socket, and of course you're going to need a key to your wheel locks if you have them. But with the vehicle up, the e-brake on, the transmission and gear, you should be able to remove them. Now with all the lug nuts off, your next step, of course, is pull the wheel off and set it to the side. That's a tire. Alright, now we're going to replace the upper control arm, which here is the pumpkin, and then right above it, this nut right here holds the upper control arm to the top of the axle. And then on the other side, which I'll show you, connected to the body is the other side of the upper control arm, as you can see here. And the nut right there, you need to remove that to pull out the upper control arm. Now this is going to be a tight squeeze, but you can do it, and I'm laying down on my back doing this right now. So if I can do this, you can definitely do this. So again, we're going to remove that nut right there and the other nut on top of the pumpkin. There is one more inside the vehicle, which I'll go ahead and I will remove. Alright, now inside the vehicle you're going to have to remove the lower seat, which is very easy. Right about here on both sides below, if you push in, there's clips. You push and lift, and the whole seat will come upright. Now when you get up, wow, I guess you can find all your trash under your seat when you do that as well. But this bolt right here, you're going to have to loosen up. You don't want to pull it out, you just want to loosen it all the way so you can work. And this is about an 18 millimeter. So let's go ahead and get started with this. Alright, the upper control arm located right here above the center of the axle. This nut right here is a 21 millimeter. Now the other side should be an 18. Now if you go over to this side, as you can see, that right there is the front part. The nut that you're looking at is 21 millimeter, whereas the back side where that wrench is an 18 millimeter. Now you're going to have to hold one end while you loosen the other end. And again, this is a very tight spot. So take your time and you can get it. So I'm going to go ahead and remove those. Alright, as you can see, this bolt does not come out. So the best way to handle that is there's a bolt here, there's one on the other side that's 18 mil that you're going to loose. Do not take these bolts out, just loosen them enough where there's a lot of play in the bracket. And then we'll go back to the inside one, which is over here, and loosen that from inside the car so we have a little bit of play in this bracket so we can remove this bolt and install the new upper control. Alright, now that you got the stock one out, you can see the difference between this and the Stallion suspension one. So again, we're going to replace this with this, and you're going to want to use synthetic grease and put it all over the bushing for the install. So let's go ahead and begin. Alright, now you're going to bring the upper control arm back into the original bracket, as you can see here, and at the same time
This is going to be really difficult because it's a tight fit. You're going to place the original bolt through the bracket and the bushing, as you see right there. And then you're going to take this part and bring it down. So this bolt right up here on this top bushing will be 129 foot-pounds, whereas these on the body will be 85 foot-pounds. So let's go ahead and tighten these down.
So there you go. Today we learned how to install an upper control arm in your S197 Mustang from Stallion Suspension. And after driving your vehicle for a certain amount of time, your suspension is going to settle. Things are going to feel a lot better than they did before. But if you have issues, if you hear clunks, squeaks, or things don't feel right, go back, ensure that the bolts are still tight, and recheck your torque specs for your safety. If you have any questions regarding the installation today, leave a comment in the comment section below. I always respond back to you guys. Also in the description will be my Facebook page where you can find me if you have any other questions. If you have any questions regarding the great products today, check out StallionSuspension.com or ShopFreedomRacing.com. A link to their website will be in the description below. Don't forget to click that like button, subscribe, and show your support. Thanks for watching, guys.